All right, so I kind of want to cover a couple things. I think the biggest thing to cover for Bitcoin is what's going on, what happened, and what I'm seeing on the charts, and where are we possibly going. So let's first discuss what happened here. So this is a Bitcoin daily chart. Each candle is representing one exact day, guys. You always hear me say this: the bulls take the stairs and the bears go out the window. What this means is, let's look back here. Price action kind of ascends up like a staring pattern, right? Right, and then all of a sudden, whoop, right out the door, just falls off a cliff. Look at this. Comes up, slowly trickles up, gets the momentum going. Everyone's thinking Bitcoin's going to the moon, and boom. Look where it hit. Let's talk about a couple of things on why I'm so big on taking profits, especially for my short-term traders. Listen, if you're a hodler and you're holding on to this thing for 10 years, this means absolutely nothing to you. But I do recommend, even if you are a hodler, try to sell some of these known tops and reaccumulate on the bottoms. You can increase your bag without having to always put in money. That's just a suggestion, but anywho, on my short term trying for my shorter term traders, guys who trade on weeklies and dailies and things like that. What do we see? I had this resistance level marked at 53. Why? Go over to the left. You got this. You have this wick. This wick hit exactly of a low of 53. Look up top here at that low as I hover over this candle. Look at this L. Hover over the candle. You're around 53. Right on the money. Look at this wick. That low is 53, right on the money. Look at this wick. 53 on the money. 53, 53. This one got bought up just before 53. You can kind of also see we kind of rode up close to 53. Look at the H. Close to 53. Close to 53. Close to 53. Battled above it, didn't get there. You can almost say this is like a support resistance line. This is how I came up with this resistance level. That's the first thing that I drew, was a resistance level around 53,000. Second, why did we start taking profits, or things that I was talking about a week ago to be very cautious about? Let's talk about bearish divergence. I got a video series on this, and if you join the group, I have a whole video on bearish and bullish divergence. These things predict these drops. I'm going to show you. So right here is my MACD indicator. Look at these levels. They're going down. Look at here. They're going down. That's why my arrow's pointing down. Real simple. High, lower high, much lower high, much lower high. This is the histogram. Here's my MACD lines, all crisscrossing down. Let's look at the RSI. Also trending downwards. My peaks are getting lower. Yeah, we kind of had this peak, but in general, what direction are we going? We're going down. Lower high, lower low. Lower high. Okay, higher low, but we never made a higher high. Lower low than this, lower low than this, lower low than this. We're trending down. Look what happened. This is our price action's trending up. So we have an upward price trend, downward movement on my indicators, downward movement on my indicators. RSI was, our stochastic was, again, Bitcoin can stay pegged oversold, but you got to start piecing this together. I'm overbought. Overbought. It will stay overbought for a while. Stay pegged overbought for a while. My MACD's running down, running down, running down. Now let's look at our price actions going up. I'm not surprised this happened. I'm truly not surprised. Profits should have been taken along the way. You're not going to nail this top, but however, I had a strong resistance level up here. Very strong resistance. This is where you're going to want to start selling in this area here. We accumulated down here. Remember, We were buying back down through here. We were buying this. We were buying this. Our MACD was crossing our MACD was down at almost record levels, down at 42,000 on the MACD. This is the accumulation. Then you just start taking some profits. I understand everyone wants to hit 100% gains, 200% gains. Not everyone is a grand slam. But I'll take some of these profits along the way. Now you got a ton of bearish divergence. You have to be cautious. So look what happened on the price action. We got a bottom here. So we hit a bit of a double bottom. Good, bullish. We made a higher high, right? Bottom, still fine. We're still making higher lows. This low here is higher than this low here. We're still in. I know I'm seeing bearish divergence. However, I'm going to start trimming some profits. I'm taking some off the table. Now I'm at major overhead resistance with a ton of bearish divergence. I'm getting no buying momentum here. This is a momentum indicator. There's no buying momentum. My RSI is pointing down. I'm pegged oversold. We're either selling or we're putting stop losses in. I'm huge on stop losses. So you got to pick where you want to put your stop loss. This way you're not getting part of any of this. So that's how you can kind of not have been in this. This is the same thing I talked about in this area here when Bitcoin was hitting higher highs. Let's look at, again, which way my MACD is trending down. Trending down. My RSI is trending down. All right? My price action is trending up. Upward trending price action, down on my indicators, pegged oversold. Overbought. This is bearish divergence, and we fell off a cliff. Look at this fall. We fell, we hovered, we got a bit of a price action, and we fell again. So what am I looking at now? The key thing that I'm looking at right now is my 200. We have a potential golden cross coming. I'm hovering above the 200. This is what I want to see. This thing goes below the 200. We could be in for the next downfall all the way back down to 30,000. So if you do want to enter, you can enter here based off the 200 holding. I would be out as soon as the price action crosses this 50. If Bitcoin goes below the 50, you're never going to get this golden cross. It's never going to happen. And that's what everyone is trying to front run this golden cross. So if you're going to try and front run it, just have some targets for stop losses. You can always rebuy if your stop loss gets hit. You can always go in. But if you're going to buy, this is not a bad idea to buy here, right? We always talk about buying on the 200. But I may have a tight stop loss down about where the 50 is. Maybe I have some stop loss here. I trim some profits here. I would be trading tighter. This market is just looking like it's looking very bearish. We may get this downtrend that we had back here, right? Rode up, all-time highs, fell off a cliff, came back when we had a downtrend. So for me to be bullish again, I need to see a price shoot up. We got to make a higher high above this resistance. We could just be hovering, right? I'm talking about now. Another thing I'm looking at is this line right here. I'll tell you why. Not difficult to see. We got a bottom. Right here. This is 46,752. This is kind of where we got rejected, went above, came back, rejected right here, and shot above, and we found flooring. Do we stay above this line or below this line? It's a huge line I'm looking at. I think if the daily candle closes below it, we get a bearish retest of this support resistance flip. And that's what I'm looking for. Also, are we staying above here, 42,836? Am I staying above here? Am I staying above here? This is what I'm looking at, right? We got rejected here. It was resistance. We came above, got a candle close right on that line, shocker. And then we sprung off of that. We got a support resistance flip. We got a resistance support flip. Are we getting the same bottom? Do we trend downwards and we hold this and then trend back up? That's a possibility. Do we just stay above the 200? We just got a bit of a sell-off from bearish divergence on the charts. We go to make higher highs. I would either set alerts on this line here. I'd set an alert. If you trigger below it, get a candle close below it. To me, that's confirmation. I'm out of any trade that I'm in. Let Bitcoin fall, because remember, your altcoins are going to fall along with it. They'll get hit harder than Bitcoin. You got to figure out where Bitcoin's going to just find some level of support. Are we going to truck along in here? If we do, altcoins will do well. Or if Bitcoin just fall all the way back down and we end up trying to make a bottom right about here. Technical analysis is not about prediction. It's just about risk modification. This is how you just trade better, trade more confidently, and make less stupid mistakes as you trade.